the knee, the cow's knee, from the anterior. These are the femoral condyles. The lateral condyle is bigger than the medial condyle, and they're covered in articular cartilage, which feels very hard. And at first it felt very slimy because it was covered in synovial fluid, as the rest of the joint was filled with synovial fluid. I think a lot of that spilled out. You can see some slime on the pad there.
It's kind of a goldish color.
Yeah, might be. So here's the tendon. You don't need to know any tendons for the lab quiz. These are still femoral condyles. They're kind of a continuation of these structures here. They're the same thing. So this is a lateral and medial condyle. Let's see. We've also got tibial condyles. So you can see there's some articular cartilage here that looks just like this stuff here. That's covering the medial tibial condyle, and the lateral tibial condyles over here. It's still underneath some tissue, probably the joint capsule. And one thing that makes the knee really unique is you've got menisci. So here is a medial meniscus and a lateral meniscus. These are made of fibrocartilage. And notice how it looks like there's these kind of white fibrous strands, glistening strands. That's all fibrocartilage of the meniscus. And it looks a lot like tendons and ligaments. So let's look at a couple of ligaments. Ligaments connect bone to bone, and there's a couple of intracapsular ligaments in the knee joint. That means they're within the joint capsule. Here's one. This is the anterior cruciate ligament. It runs from the tibia back to the medial femoral condyle. And you can also see the posterior cruciate ligament, which is here. You see that? It's a little bit harder to see from the anterior, but this is the posterior cruciate ligament. If we flip the knee over, we can see it a lot easier right here. This is the posterior cruciate ligament, right there. And maybe if we open this up, we'll see a bit of the anterior cruciate ligament, which is right in there. This long extension right here is actually just an extension of the lateral meniscus. So this is the lateral meniscus and the medial meniscus. And again, here's the articular surface of the tibia. This is one of the tibial condyles. Here's the other tibial condyle with its articular cartilage. Here's more articular cartilage of the femoral condyles. And this group did a really good job dissecting because they managed to expose these collateral ligaments. The cow is different from the human in that it doesn't have a fibula, so we can't call this the fibular collateral ligament, but we could call it a lateral collateral ligament, stabilizing the lateral aspect of the knee joint. And if we flip this open, or over, you can see the medial, or tibial, collateral ligament. I think that's about it. Well, I guess you could set it upright like this and see how it all goes together. Here's the femur, here's the tibia. The patella was up here, and this is part of the quadriceps muscle. And this is the patellar ligament kind of covered in fat. So it's a complex joint, the knee joint. Here's the articular surface of the patella. It sits right in here on the femur. All right, I think that's enough.